states, that is on off, on off, on off. That is nothing but the theory of computation or automata theory. It describes the mathematical representation of the computing machine. Next, that is automata theory. Then what about formal language? What about formal language? The language which is used to understand this particular machine is nothing but the formal language. The language which is used to describe or understand is nothing but the formal language. And we'll come back to these two terms, automata theory and formal language. Okay, after completion of half of the module, again we'll come back to this formal language and automata theory definitions part. Then you'll get to know, after seeing some examples, you'll understand what is this automata theory and what is this formal language. Am I clear with this? So I'm going to start first module. Before going to the first module, I'll introduce the basic terminology, what we are going to use in this flat. Okay. The basic terminology, what we are going to use in this flat, I'll just introduce. That is also in your syllabus too. First thing is alphabet. What is alphabet? Can anyone please let me know? What is an alphabet? Anybody?
A particular letter, ma'am. A particular letter which has a letter which has a pronunciation.
Okay. Generally, what we know about alphabets means it is from A to Z or A to Z. But when you come to this automata theory, alphabet means it is a finite set of symbols. It is a finite set of symbols. It is a finite set of symbols. Am I clear with this? What is an alphabet? Alphabet is nothing but a finite set of symbols. I'll give you the example. Okay. Now, L is equals to A, B, C. Sigma is equals to A, B, C. To Z. Is it alphabet or not?
Yes.
Is alphabet or not? Yes, right. Now, L is equals to capital A to Z. Is it alphabet or not? Is it alphabet or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is an alphabet. Generally, what we know about an alphabet means only these two things, A to Z, whether it is uppercase or lowercase. This is the only thing we know about an alphabet, right? But when you come to this theory of competition, what I told, it is a finite set of symbols. For example, here I may write the alphabet like, what is this? Is it an alphabet? Is it an alphabet or not? Generally, guess
Yes,
now.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is an alphabet. How can you say it is an alphabet?
Because it had a finite set of symbols.
Yes, very good. It is some 56 letters or 52, I don't know exactly. So, but 52 or else 56 is a finite number. It is a finite set of symbols. So, you can call it as an alphabet. For example, sigma is equals to, I don't know what is the last letter. I'm simply leaving it. Is it an alphabet or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is also a finite set. Is it an alphabet or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it is an alphabet. It is having only the binary system, right? Next,
Yes,
is it an alphabet or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, of course. Next, is it an alphabet or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, these are the things what we use in our traffic, right? So this is also only finite set. It is simply a symbol, finite set of symbols. Whatever the symbol you consider, like suppose music system. In the music system, you may have the symbols like this, right? It is also a finite set. The music symbols are some 10 or 12. This is also a finite number. Whatever may be the symbol, if it is a finite, then we call it as an alphabet in automata theory. Is anybody having doubt regarding this? Is it an alphabet?
No.
No. How can you say it is no?
It's not a finite number.
Because it is not finite number. We don't know where it will end, right? Next. Is it a finite set or infinite set?
Infinite, sir.
Infinite. So we cannot call this as an alphabet. I think you may get clarity. I think you got the clarity, right? What is an alphabet?
Yes,
Still
ma'am.
any confusion?
No, ma'am.
See, without knowing what is alphabet, we cannot do any problem on this automata theory. So I think you got the clarity. Simple thing, ma. Finite set of symbols is an alphabet. Don't think that alphabet is only A to Z or A to Z. It is a finite set of symbols. That may be anything. Simply, it is a finite set. Then you may call it as an alphabet. On this alphabets only, we are going to do the remaining 5 modules. This is the basic terminology of this particular subject. Am I clear with this alphabet?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And CS11 people, please respond to the sessions, because this is very interactive subject and very interesting subject. If you are not following properly, you cannot understand at all. Okay, so please respond. I think you have cooperated in the previous semester. Same cooperation I am expecting in this semester too. So please listen to the classes carefully and respond. Okay. మీరు ఎంత బాగా రెస్పాండ్ అయితే ఇందులో నేను అన్ని ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చెప్పగలను, విచ్ ఇస్ వెరీ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ సబ్జెక్ట్ అండ్ వెరీ కన్ఫ్యూజింగ్ సబ్జెక్ట్ టు ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ లిసనింగ్ ప్రాపర్లీ. Okay, so listen carefully. Next, is it clear alphabet? Shall I move on to the next term?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is string. What is a string? Generally, what do you know about string? మనం సిలో చదివాం, C++ లో చదివాం, జావాలో చదివాం, ఆల్గరిథమ్స్ లో
Group of characters.
Group of characters that we know as a string. Here also string is nothing but same thing, ma. Here, but I'm using another terms, which is a sequence of symbols. Group or sequence, both are correct only. String, sequence of symbols, but here you have to remember that sequence of symbols from the alphabet. From the alphabet. Okay, string means sequence of symbols from the alphabet. You have to derive your strings from the given alphabet only. You cannot go beyond the given alphabet. Am I clear with this? And this string means sequence of symbols. The definition is same, sequence of symbols. But where can you derive this? You have to derive this from alphabet. Whatever the alphabet you have given to you, that from that you have to derive the string. And one more thing, ma, alphabets can be represented with the symbol sigma. Alphabets can be represented with the symbol sigma. Now string. String is a sequence of symbols from the alphabet. I'll give you the example, then you will understand better. Sigma is equals to 0, 1. So what is the given alphabet? What is the given alphabet? It is 0, 1. From this you have to derive the string. Can anyone? 0. Is it a string or not? 1. Is it a string or not? 0, 1. 0, 1, 1. 1, 0, 1, 0. 1, 1, 0, 0. All these are the strings or not? Okay, all the strings I have derived from the alphabet only. For example, suppose if I draw If I derive the string 0, 1, 2, 0, is it a valid string?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, it is a string, but it is not a valid string. Why we are telling that it is invalid? Because it has the symbol 2, which is not available in the given alphabet. That's why it is not a valid string. Got it, Ma? Did you understand what is a string?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. And this string is represented with the symbol W. With the symbol W. Now the next term is what is this? Length of a string. Suppose if I give string as string W as 0. What is the length of a string?
0, ma'am.
1, ma'am.
1.
1. The length of the string is 1. Very good. Okay. Suppose I have given the string as W is equals to epsilon. What is the length of the string?
1.
Length of the string is 0. Seema, here in the strings concept, we are having one extra parameter, what you may call, we are having one empty string concept. What is it? This empty string means whose length is 0. The empty string whose length is 0, and this empty string can be represented with the symbol epsilon. And this empty string can be represented with the symbol epsilon, and the length of the string is 0. So we are having a concept of empty string whose string length is 0. Am I clear? And that empty string can be represented with epsilon. Am I clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and one more thing, ma. W is equals to 0, 1, 0, 1. What is this? The length of the string?
4, ma'am.
4. So, what is the definition of the length of the string?
Number of alphabets.
Number of, not alphabets. మా alphabets అంటే ఏమవుతుందంటే alphabets అనదిలే సింబల్స్ అనండి. alphabets అంటే ఇప్పుడు సిగ్మా అందులోపల ఉన్నాయన్నీ alphabet అవుతుంది.
Yes,
So the number of symbols available in the string. Alphabet అన్న అనొచ్చేమో, but the proper word is symbol. Okay. The number of symbols available in the given string is nothing but the length of the string. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Here today I have demonstrated what is an alphabet, what is a string, what is the length of the string. Any doubt regarding these 3 terms?
No, ma'am.
Without knowing this, we cannot move further, ma. So if you have any doubt, we'll clear. Then we'll move on to the machines. Clear this?
Yes, ma'am.
3 terms, and one more term, that is empty string whose length is 0. Next is substring. What is a substring? Can anyone guess? What is a substring? Suppose
Characters of a subset of a string.
Yes.
ma'am.
the substring means which we are deriving from the given string without missing the order. For example, Geetam, is it a string or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, right? So, is it a substring or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Is it a substring or not, Geetam?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, right? So this is nothing but the substring. Substring means substring can be derived from the given string without missing the order. Okay, other than these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, other than these 5, we are having one more substring also, that is empty string. An empty string is a substring of every string. Okay, every string is Empty string is substring of every string, and the string itself is also a substring of that string. Got it? These two terms. Remaining is, I think you are, it is easy only. The only thing you have to remember is empty string is subset of every string, and the string itself is subset of that string. Okay? So, by seeing this, can you analyze the formula? How many characters are here?
Five,
How many
ma'am.
symbols are here? 5 symbols. How many substrings you got?
Plus 1.
Plus 1. So if there are n symbols in your string, you may get n plus 1 substring whose length is distinct. This length is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So number of substrings of distinct length of the string n is n plus 1. Okay. If you want, you just remember, I'm just giving you the information. That's it. Okay. So from
And
this,
should there be an order? They can be random.
yes,
GT.
you may consider ITA. This is also a substring. That's why I mentioned distinct length, ITA, but don't consider ATI as a substring.
Okay.
Okay, this is not. But ITA is also a substring. That's why I mentioned distinct length. Distinct length. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. ITI means which is 3. It is there. That's why distinct length is n plus 1. Am I clear with this, Sharath?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, here from this only we can derive the trivial and non-trivial. That's why I'm drawing here itself. Trivial and non-trivial.
Ma'am?
No.
Ma'am, we'll have more than n plus 1 strings, no, ma'am. Like here, we've taken G, we started with G, so we got 5 plus 1 empty string. So in case I start with I can write IT, ITA, ITAM.
Yes,
So
you may write, Trishita. That's
so we'll
what
have
I
more than n
mentioned.
plus 1, no, ma'am.
That's what I mentioned here. Total number of substrings possible are n into n plus 1 by 2. These many substrings are possible for the given string whose length is n. But what is this n plus 1? This n plus 1 is distinct length. Distinct length. Suppose, for example, no, we put I nunchi start chesta antunnam. IT or else I is the single symbol. What is the length of this I?
1.
1, which is repeated. What
Yes,
is this
ma'am.
IT, which is
So again
repeated?
repeated.
ITA, which is repeated.
Okay.
ITAM, which is repeated. That's what I mentioned here. N
Alright.
plus 1 is the substring possible with the distinct length. The number of substrings possible are n into n plus 1 by 2. These many substrings are possible. But with the distinct length, only these are possible. Clear?
Alright. Yes, ma'am. Got it.
Okay.
Thank
Next, here we have one more concept of trivial string and non-trivial. Trivial and non-trivial concept in this substring itself. What is trivial? What is non-trivial? What is trivial? What is non-trivial? Trivial means, can anyone guess? What is trivial and what is non-trivial? For example, the string W is Geetam. What I told, the empty string and the string itself is the substring of the given string. So that those two, or you may call it as trivial. Empty string and the string itself. The string itself means Geetam itself. These two are the trivial strings. So the subset of itself and the empty string, you may call it as the trivial string. Then what about non-trivial? Other than these two, whatever you got, like GI, GIT, GITAM, sorry, GITA, GITA, that's it, right? Again, GI, IT, ITA, ITAM. If you start with T, TA, TAM. If you start with AAM, all these are substrings, right? So other than these two are non-trivial, only the empty string and the string itself are the trivial. Am I clear with this? So how many trivial strings are possible for every string? How many are possible?
Two, ma'am.
Two, the string and the empty string, right? So this is nothing but the trivial and non-trivial concept. Other than these two, you may call it as all or non-trivial. Okay, this is substring concept. And the next one is prefix and suffix. What is prefix? What is suffix? Prefix means starting or the leading symbols. Starting or the leading symbols. Suffix. What is suffix? Ending or trailing symbols. Ending or trailing symbols. Prefix means starting or leading. Suffix means ending or trailing. Same example we'll consider Geetam. Okay. Prefix or first you may start with epsilon, G, GI, GIT. Sorry. Okay, here I am writing GIT. Next GITA, GITAM. All these are prefixes. This is whose length is 0, prefix whose length is 1, whose length is 2, whose length is 3, whose length is 4, 5. So all these you may call it as a prefix. Then what about suffix? Suffix is the ending symbols. Ending symbols means start with like this: GITAM, ITAM, TAM, AM, M, and epsilon. These are the suffixes. See ma, suffix leading symbols, trailing symbols or ending symbols annam kada అని చెప్పేసి MAT, MA, M ilara. M is also here also there, but don't consider like MAT, MATI. Don't change the order. You will never change the order. You are not allowed to change the order. The order you have to keep the order as it is. If it is a prefix, consider with starting symbol. If it is a suffix, leave the starting symbol and remaining you can take. Am I clear, ma'am? Prefix and suffix. Say yes or no.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What, Preeti? 49. Okay, ma'am. This is the prefix and suffix concept. Next, there are two more things. Clean closure. What is clean closure? Can anyone know? Clean closure means, suppose for example, clean closure is represented with the symbol star, sigma star. Sigma star means, what does it mean? Suppose the given input alphabet is only 0. Okay, assume like this: sigma star. Sigma star means which is nothing but 0 star. 0 star means it is epsilon 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. You may have any number of zeros, or you may not have anything, which means epsilon. Am I clear? Am I clear with the 0 star? Say yes or no. Clean closure means set of all the strings which are generated from sigma including epsilon. Epsilon kuda vastadi. Ardhamaindamma? What is clean closure?
Can you repeat the definition?
Clean closure means set of all the strings which are generated from this sigma including epsilon. Strings which are, all these are strings, right, whose string length is 0, 1, 2, 3. So the strings which are generated from the from sigma along with epsilon. Am I clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Next is positive closure. Next is positive closure. What does it mean? Positive closure is represented with plus. Okay. Suppose sigma is equals to 0 they have given you, and they may ask you to find the positive closure, which is 0 plus. 0 plus means 0, 0, 0, triple 0, 4 zeros, or you may have any number of zeros. What is the difference between positive closure and clean closure? Means clean closure
Epsilon.
includes epsilon, but positive closure does not include epsilon. Everything is same. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Next thing is language. What is the language? I have introduced you what is alphabet, string, length of the string. Remaining all are from string only. String nunchi manam migda anni string lo subparts laga. Length of the string, prefix, suffix, empty string, substring, trivial string, non-trivial string. All these are like sub-concepts of the concept string. Now, string can be derived from alphabet. Same as like that. What does the language means? Language is the collection of strings. What can you call language is the collection of strings. For example, I have given the languages like a power m, b power n, m greater than, m comma n greater than 1. Assume like this. So, for example, m is equals to 1, n is equals to 1, I have given you. What is the string you may get? AB, or m is equals to 2, n is equals to 2, I have given. Then AABB, or m is equals to 1, n equals to 2, I have given. Then ABB. Suppose m is equals to 2, n equals to 1, then I may get AAB. So, there are n number of strings possible. Okay, so all these are nothing but, all this you can call it as a language. What is a language? Language is a collection of strings. This is one string, another string, another, like it is collecting all the possible strings. That is nothing but the language. So what can you call as a language? Language is a collection of string. What can you call string? String, what is the definition of a string? It is a sequence of symbols derived from alphabet. What is an alphabet? Which is a finite set of symbols. Is anybody having doubt up to this point?
No.
Once again, I'll repeat this one. Once you see what is the language, then I'll repeat once again all the terminology. Tomorrow we'll move on to how can we represent this languages, how can we represent this machines. Once you will see this, so can anyone please summarize what we discussed today? Please summarize.
What strings?
Okay, Manish Reddy, please proceed. No?
You gave us.
Anybody else?
You gave us an introduction about flat. What it is, and you started off with strings, and now clean closure.
Next. What is an alphabet?
Finite set of characters.
It is a collection of finite number of strings, ma'am. Like alpha,
Finite set of symbols, ma'am.
symbols, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, from I have given you some examples. After that, from alphabets we have derived the string. What is the string?
Sequence of alphabets.
Sequence of symbols which we derive from alphabet. Next, strings. What is the length of the string? What can you define?
Number of symbols in a string.
Yes, very good. Number of symbols. Next, what is empty string?
Epsilon.
Epsilon definition.
Whose length is 0.
Yes, whose length is 0. Next, from next substring. What is a substring?
Collection of string. Like collection of elements of string and the string itself.
From the main string without missing the order.
Yes, from the main string we have to consider without missing the order. And here you have to remember that epsilon and the string itself are the always the substrings of every string. And epsilon and that particular string itself is known as the trivial, and the remaining all are non-trivial. Right? Next, what is prefix?
Heading.
Starting
or leading.
Half of the word.
Next, what is suffix?
Ending part.
Ending. Very good. Next, prefixes, suffix. We can discuss some next. Clean closure.
Plain
Set
closure
of all
includes
strings which are generated by sigma along with epsilon.
Yes, very good. Next, positive closure.
Set of
Same
all
definition
strings which
without
are
epsilon.
generated by sigma without epsilon.
Yes. Next, language.
Collection
collection
of
of
strings.
strings.
Okay. Anybody having doubt regarding this terminology?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Is it crystal clear, ma'am? If you know this, it will be easy to represent the remaining concepts. Okay. Am I clear, or is there any difficulty regarding my session today?
Clear, ma'am.
Though I'm familiar, if you have any difficulty, please let me